Hello again, Lindbergh of the Health and Fitness Motivation Podcast. And this is another installment of the 3 days theme that we have going on in January 2022. This is a theme that we have where I am going through and giving you real, tangible, tactical little tips that you can take to identify what's been going on in your life in the past 3 days that's causing you to lose all your health and fitness motivation mojo. That's right. And so if this is your first episode, you want to definitely go back and binge the episodes. There's about 10 of them now about all the different things we want to look at. And those titles of those episodes have the words 3 days, and then the title. Go back and binge all of those and you'll kind of see the big picture of what's happening here. All right. Today's topic I'm calling the quiet balance. The quiet balance. And so what we're going to do this time is look back in the last 3 days of our life when our health and fitness motivation is lagging, sagging, worse than ever. We're going to look back on the last 3 days and ask ourselves this question. How quiet has my life been? And is it in balance? Because sometimes we have too much going on, too much noise, too much hitting us, too much going on in our brain, in our physical environment. Everything's noisy. We have too many inputs and it just gets overwhelming and we kind of shut down. And that's when we start forgetting to exercise. That's when we start losing focus on what's important to us. And that's when we start losing our ability to stay on top of all of this. On the other side of that, on the last 3 days, have you had too much quiet? Have you had too little going on in your life? Have you had no plans, nothing going on? And so all of a sudden now you end up with this depressive quiet where your mind and your thoughts start taking over and start just filling up with negative emotions and negative thoughts and negative put downs of yourself. And you become your own worst enemy because you're just too far into your head because you've been too quiet in a too unintentionally quiet way. And so what you want to do is find a happy spot of quiet where you have time in your life where you can be quiet and intentionally thoughtful and really put intention into your life and into your day. And if you've had none of that because your life is either too noisy or too quiet, you want to find that balance and find that time, carve out that time where you can be quiet and intentional. So for some of us, that quiet intention is simply coming to this podcast every day, getting that reset, getting that remotivation to say, yeah, this is important. I'm never going to give up on myself. I'm worthy. I matter. I'm going to do this thing for myself. For others of us, it's more of a meditation where we sit silently for a while and we just really get our thoughts together and say, okay, this is what today's going to look like. I choose my life today. This is what I'm going to do because I'm choosing this because this is what I want, not because anybody else has told me what I want. Because this is the right thing for me today. Or maybe for some of us, quiet is just a silent meditation. Or for some of us, quiet is a prayer and spending time in prayer. Quiet can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people, and it can look a lot of different ways. But essentially, in the last 3 days, have you had time, maybe it's journaling, to write down your thoughts and get your intentions in line? If you haven't, that could be an issue. So you want to take a look at that. Turn your back towards it. Look forward to the 3 days ahead of you now and plan out when you're going to take that time to have that balance of quiet in your life. That balance of time. Maybe it's first thing in the morning. Maybe it's in the evening. Maybe it's halfway through the day. Whatever it works for you, have some time to really be intentional and say, this is how I want to live my life today and have that for the next 3 days. And that will be one more piece of this pie, this puzzle, this chain link that we're putting together to help us make our health and fitness motivation stick for a lifetime. There you go, friends. If you haven't heard the other episodes so far yet, go back and listen to them. And we will see you tomorrow to talk about this concept called novel experience and future plans. And we'll see what that has to do with health and fitness. Bye-bye.